Air signs, let's check in and get a cosmic pep talk for you for the week ahead and beyond. I've been a bit AWOL recently. Unfortunately, my father had a brief illness and then passed away. So he had all of my energy and attention, obviously. But now I am back with readings on here and also limited readings, personal readings available on my website. But let's check in on you. It seems as though you are also healing from something, a separation or a disappointment, something that has caused you pain. Now, it might be financial. We've got the second house there of things that you value and treasure, also your skills and talents, and your earned income as part of that second house, Taurus kind of energy. And I can't help but notice the couple there. I always get couple vibes from this card as well. So, because Taurus is Venus, ruled by Venus, and that is love, obviously. Love, money, beauty, music, art, all of those things. We do have Jupiter there. So this was something that felt very expansive. And this is indicating you are dealing with some kind of loss in that realm. And you are in the process of healing. You are taking time out, you are recuperating, and it depends individually on where you're at in this. It may have been a while that you've been sort of coming to terms with your loss or with this pain, whatever the separation or disappointment has been. You've just kind of been hibernating, but things are going to change quickly. They're going to move forward, and it might take you a little bit by surprise. There is a real turning point coming ahead where you're going to realize, oh, I have actually put that behind me now, and I am ready to look to the future and make some changes, make some decisions, and think about what would I like next. It is a kind of an exciting feeling that the world is your oyster, and this is revving your engine, and suddenly something shifts quickly, and you might have been in this sort of hibernation for quite a while, and yet now there's something that is going to flick a switch, and you realize it's like waking up and like, oh, I feel better now. I've processed this in some way. So let's see what else the universe wants you to know about this transition. Yes, so it feels like the hammer came down on a situation. Maybe it wasn't what you wanted. Clearly there is some angst and pain there, no matter which end of this you are on. And maybe this is you also actually drawing a line and going, okay, I'm ending this portion of my life. There is this eclipse energy where things change in an instant. Again, this could be somebody being eclipsed out of your life or a situation leaving and you grieving that. But equally, this is this new situation that, after a period of assimilating, suddenly there's change. And that's indicated here by the shooting star, positive change that happens quickly, that really broadens your horizons. It's sort of like a make a wish. There's something exciting that is going to just spark something new in you. Here we see that it could have been a breakup, some kind of separation that you didn't want, but it has actually brought you so much self-knowledge that there is a part of you that is realizing that this was kind of perfect for you in some weird way. Whatever you've been through, whatever this enormous transformation is that you have been through, now that you're out the other side of it, or just about, you can kind of look back and see how this was sort of like the perfect situation to teach you what you needed to know to become your best self. You are really birthing these brilliant beliefs about yourself. This is regaining faith and hope in the future, and it's refinding your personal power. Really just some light switch turns on in you, and you're feeling reinvigorated and hopeful about the future again. We've got twin flames. Now this card, it does say soulmates and eternal connection. Twin flame journey, if you know anything about that, can be fraught by holding a mirror up to you, by showing you where you are still needing something from a partner, and then feeling very lacking without it. to the point where the relationship breaks down and you are forced to find what you felt you were lacking within yourself, and it was there all along. So it is reconnecting with your personal power and realizing that you don't need to outsource that or grab it needily from someone else, that it is within you. And that's when you can move forward in life and really attract great things to you. They can come in really quickly and take you by surprise. So take time to breathe out. This feels like the worst is over and you're on the precipice of this exciting change and you should just take stock of how far you've come right now, because I get the sense that this has been a journey for you and it is just time to go, oh, I did it, and acknowledge that you are through the worst of it, God willing. So let's see what energy the universe would like you to lean away from here and what energy to lean towards. Wow, the universe wants to give you quite a bit of messages here because there are lots of cards coming out. Lean away from the Hanged Man, being stuck or suspended and not moving forward in your life. It is time to move forward. Again, don't get stuck with justice, weighing things up and trying to make a decision. It feels like being paralyzed by indecision here. So the universe wants you to, especially if you're stewing over the past and trying to make sense of it and balance it out with closure, sort of lean away from any sense that you need closure to free yourself from this, or something wasn't fair and you're kind of still stewing over how unfair it was. That is old energy. So the new energy is all about taking action, and it is all about realizing life's not fair, finding this equilibrium within yourself, not from somebody else. Closure comes from within, not from someone else. That is true power, when you can really assimilate your lesson and understand the role that you played in your destiny path. Omnia unus est, all is one. We are all one. It is just one big cosmic, I don't know, interplay. So there is some kooky reason behind things, even if we can't see what they are. Energy to lean towards. Well, there are two quite negative cards. So this is interesting. Five of Wands is conflict, and it is about internal conflict. If you are still internally conflicted, bring it to the surface and deal with it, because you are not supposed to be hanging around just thinking about things and trying to figure stuff out and find what's fair or right. Just get over it. And that's a bit harsh, isn't it? In the reverse, this card is very positive. Lean towards conflict resolution, harmony, easing tension, peace and calm. You are heading for this. So you are putting the unrest to bed and moving past it. And that, the universe wants you to continue with that journey. Ten of Swords is acknowledging that the pain is finished. This is it. There is no more pain. There is a dawn on the horizon, and this is the completion. 10, there is no more. So really move towards this completion. Do whatever you need to do to get past this pain, because you are 99% there. You have done the work. And so it is time to really release these swords now by choosing to accept what you've learned, by taking it in, by finding your own power. That is the magic spell that will have these swords leap out of your back, and the new day will dawn, and this is the fresh inspiration. I really want one more card for you, and I'm going to this deck, which is quite random. This is a romance deck, but let's see what wants to come out from here as your final card or final piece of advice. Okay, I need more than that. You might have been hanging back and watching somebody else, or maybe someone has their eye on you, and maybe you haven't really paid too much attention to that because you have been healing. you've been doing the work, the inner work, the hard work, and facing your pain and assimilating it, digesting it so that it no longer has its grip on you. But there is a lot of potential with a situation. And look, this could be somebody that you've sort of had on the back burner, that you realize there's a lot of potential with. I don't know why these cards wanted to come out, so make of it what you will, but there is a potential here for a new beginning, and it is something that has been maybe bubbling up within you, and hopefully you will know exactly what the situation is. But it is time to take action. You know, just don't try and get stuck trying to figure stuff out and weigh up your decision endlessly. It's only going to keep you dangling from this tree, blowing in the wind. You want to step down, you want to free yourself from the prisons of the past, from the pain of the past, because you have healed yourself here. So it's time to acknowledge that, is the message it seems to be. And there is something waiting for you. Remember, this is very fast, very speedy resolution, moving on quickly. The shooting star card, remember that. This is just something that's going to get quite big quite quickly and move you into a new realm, move you into a new life when you have balanced out the positive and negative within yourself, assimilated it all. You can move forward at a rate of knots. You won't be stuck on the tree. You will be making great progress, and it will happen quickly. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. As I say, if you would like a personal reading, there are a few left on my website. But meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy.